Hey everybody, it's Max of My Kind of Eats, and I'm here with you for a new series. As you noticed by the title, My New Family. So this is going to be part of a series that I'm going to constantly bring to the channel where I go around and I eat with local families. So today we're in Kuala Lumpur with my friend Oween. So Oween and I met this morning, we went to the wet markets, and we've come back and we've already started cooking with her mom, her sister, and their helper. I mean, they are cooking up a feast, but today's going to be more than about the food. I want us to dive into the culture and the religion and just really learn about these people and see what it's like to be with them for a full day. But there's going to be a kick. Oween's out at the market right now picking up a few things. I'm going to give her a big surprise. Everything this video makes, I'm going to donate it to charity, so make sure to stay around to the end for when I tell her, because she has no clue. But anyways, that's enough talking. Let's get inside. All right, Oween's back. Hello, Oween.
Hey, you're in my kitchen now.
I know. I've been in here for a while now. So Oween's gonna help me today. She'll be my partner in crime. Give me the Malay pronunciations, because we know my Malay is just not quite fluent yet. So she's gonna help me out with everything. She's gonna teach us so much about the cuisine and the culture and just so much today. So can't wait for y'all to come along with us. Oh, look, got the spread, got everything ready to go. Waiting for just a few friends to show up, and then we're gonna dig in. Alright, so what's the first dish we got?
So this is called a Soto Ayam. So essentially Ayam is chicken and it's cooked into a nice creamy broth.
Yeah.
What I did was just kind of cook down the chicken to soup, left it overnight. Today I added in the spices. I fried up the spices, yeah,
so fragrant.
Them. Yep. Pour them back into the soup, and then add at the end a little splash of coconut milk.
Yeah, and then just let it cook and cook and cook, and let those flavors come together.
Yep.
And then we just dish it up however we want to. Yep. So just dish it up, mix it around, and get after it.
Kicap. For heat. Ada lagi banyak sampel.
That chicken is so tender. You get all those spices and fragrances from what she added. The spice mixture is really the full-on flavor. The chicken meat, quality, done well. I really love the little rice noodles here, give it a great texture, and then all the add-ins, tons of textures coming through. I need a little more sambal of those, what I really need. Now it's perfect. That's the definition of love right there. Lots of cooking, lots of time, lots of preparation, and then that sambal is just amazing. It's fruity and it's spicy. Now try the potato ball. It's been soaking in all these juices. I'm telling you, that potato ball is like something we make back at home. You get the potato mixture with all the spring onion and onions and the minced meat. They put it in egg wash and then fry it. I mean, if that isn't something I would have back home, I don't know what is. Alright, so we got two dishes on here now. We got
liver rendang.
Chicken liver.
Yeah, chicken liver rendang. So it's sort of a diluted rendang.
Okay.
So it's chicken liver with long beans.
Right.
And just sort of cooked down in coconut milk until it's really dry like this.
Okay. And you don't cook it down as long with the coconut milk?
No.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
The other one we got is duck egg, which
egg.
I've already busted my yolk a little bit, and ooh, it looks good.
So it's just duck egg in a curry,
Okay.
in a yellow curry.
Well, I'm glad you explained this because I'm ready to dig in. Alright, and we're done using that spoon and fork. We use the best utensils ever. Get to use our hands now.
Ano ba?
That chicken liver becomes like butter. You get that nice sambal spiciness. The long beans give you a crunch, that freshness, and then you get all those spices. That chicken liver is so creamy. I'm telling you, paired with the rice, it soaks in all that sambal. It's spicy. You get the long beans. They're cooked down. They get just a little bit of snap to them, but they're still, again, just add a freshness to this dish. Okay, now try the duck egg curry with the nice little sour fruit. That duck egg, they've cooked to absolute perfection. I mean, you don't want it cooked any more or any less than this. Done just right. You get this little, I guess, is it like a fruit?
Yeah, it's called belimbing in Malay.
Belimbing. It's called belimbing. And I'm telling you, it gives it just like a snap, a crunch, and a little sourness to it. This is a decadent curry, the duck egg one.
Yeah.
But man, it is good. So wait, and you were just telling me where these recipes come from?
Yeah. So I'm guessing it's worth of, decades of worth of hand-me-down recipes from my great-great-great-grandmothers, and just passed down from one generation to another.
I hope you never lose these. These are just something
no.
special. These are special.
I'll pass them down, definitely.
Amazing. All right, so the dishes continue. We got one more left. What is this one?
Right. So the last one is called, in Malay, it's called gulai nenas ikan masin, or in English, literally translated, pineapple curry with dried fish.
Okay, good.
Salted
Thank you.
dried fish. Yeah.
Because I had no clue. So, besides the huge chunks of pineapple, kind of gave it away. But okay. And then what type of spices are we going to use in it?
Oh, just turmeric, fresh turmeric,
Okay.
pounded with red hot chili, bird's eye chilies.
Okay. No,
That's it.
No onion, no garlic.
Oh no, and then at the end we add in coconut milk.
Okay, so
Make
really
curry.
chilies,
Yeah,
turmeric,
that's all.
coconut milk. Okay. The dried fish is really potent, like you said, intense sea flavor, and then that sambal on top. I mean, that sambal is everything to me. I could put that on.
Anything.
I mean, I put that on everything. I'd be happy. This is just a refreshing curry though. The huge chunks of pineapple with it. The pineapple's not really just like a flavor component, but it's a vessel that soaks in that curry.
Yeah, true.
So when you bite in that pineapple, it's kind of blowing my mind because it's not pineapple, it's that curry. It's the coconut milk, it's the turmeric, it's the chili. The best part though is when that rice soaks in every morsel of that curry.
There you go.
Alright, so coffee always, no matter what, right? But it's my channel. You know we love our sweets, so let's get to the important part right now. We got some sweets here. What dessert do we have here?
Yeah, this is bubur kacang hijau, which
Okay.
literally means green bean porridge. So it's a sweet dessert cooked in coconut milk with palm sugar or gula melaka.
Gula Melaka.
Yeah.
Gula Melaka. Yeah?
Gula melaka. Melaka.
Melaka. Gula
Yeah.
Melaka. There we go. I'm getting better. Which is sad to say. Creamy. Like I said, that palm sugar is really, it's got a lot of sugar in it, but it's not too sugary. Huge hit of coconut, no bean flavor. Don't let that scare you at all. There's no bean flavor to this at all. They're just there for that texture, that
Yeah.
creaminess. Oh yeah, that's where it's at. Now I can see where that becomes a staple right there. I can just go back and forth all day. All right, and then we got one more. We got another dessert. We're still going. I think it's the last thing we got here. Look how pretty it is. It's almost just too pretty to eat. What is this?
This is sago gula melaka. The sago is the pink kind of pearly
Okay,
bits.
the pearls,
there,
yeah.
So that's essentially we just cook them, boil them in water until they expand. They take in the water and then they become like almost double the size. The gula melaka, which has been diluted down to like a caramel.
Okay.
And then on top you've got the coconut milk, and then you put the sago on top of it.
Okay.
And then it just sits on that.
Those pearls, they're just a little bit chewy, but again, they're just adding like this gelatinous kind of creaminess, and then you get those layers in there. You get that sugar. It's like a sugar sweet sauce. You get coconut creaminess with these chewy, fun to eat sago pearls. I can see where kids would love this. Oh my gosh, this would be a huge treat with kids. Just fun to eat. The mouthfeel on those sago pearls is incredible. It's like refreshing, but it's fun. All right, so I had to find the star of today. Thank you so much for that meal. It was delicious.
You're most welcome, Max. And it's a pleasure meeting you, and I hope I'll be meeting you again soon.
Yes, thank you for making me part of your family. All right, we've just eaten, we're stuffed. Now where are we headed?
We're headed to Sri Menanti in Negeri Sembilan.
Okay,
Yep.
so see, like where you're from, right?
Yep, my hometown.
Okay, we're gonna go see her hometown, and of course we got snacks
We've got
ready to come with
stuff
us.
to bring for the road.
It never stops. I love it. Oh, my shoes. Bye bye.
Bye.
That's the old. When we were kids, we were always sort of told this story. If we weren't behaving, they'll say, "We'll put you in this house, and there's ghosts and everything."
Okay.
So it's always used as a scare tactic.
Okay, wow.
So we're at my grandma's house, my late grandma's house, which is now passed down to my mum and her siblings, her sisters actually.
Okay.
And what you're seeing behind us is the actual residential house where we live. But the one in front is what used to be the actual sort of living quarters for, yeah.
Okay, and wait, it's passed down to the women?
Only, yeah.
Okay.
Only the women, yeah.
Well, that seems pretty unique to me. Is that something?
It is. It's part of a very unique, it's probably the only one in the world where this law sort of favors women, and it's called the Adat Pepatih.
Okay.
Or the law of the Pepatih.
Okay.
And yeah, it basically mandates that women in the household get more of everything, which is good for me, I guess.
Yeah, so you get this house eventually. That's awesome.
There's this thing that when there was a time in history when, you know, women were not really taken, well, at least we weren't out, you know, having jobs and making money. So in a way to protect women, they made sure that there were laws in place, so if the guys sort of messed up and left their wives, at least they had something. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I was saying, like, I mean, who knows what this would be worth in 10 to 20 years with the land and I mean, this is a beautiful part of Malaysia. I mean, you're in the mountains. It's a village. That just blows my mind, because when I think of village, I think of hundreds of years ago, you know, and then, I mean, you get out here and it's nice and rural and it's just a beautiful area. Like you had a few things you wanted to talk about.
Well, Malaysia is, you know, country that I identify with as being my country of birth.
Were you always in Malaysia?
Not necessarily. I grew up for most of my childhood in the UK, so you know, I've had quite an extensive UK education. You know, primary school was in the UK in Wales.
Okay.
So when I came back and when I returned, it almost like not even coming back, almost like it was going to a new place completely. Yeah. And it was a big transition for me. It was quite a bit of a shock. I went through a cultural shock, and it wasn't easy. But the more I sort of grew out of it and I became older and more mature, and now I feel very proud of my heritage. I'm very proud of, you know, my race, and also the history that comes with it. And that's the very reason why I brought you to my grandma's place. I'm very proud of this house, the history behind it.
Yeah, I think the history of it's great, but man, I really love the fact that things are passed down to the women, to protect the women, to make sure the women have something.
Yep.
And not only the generation now, but in future generations.
True. Yeah.
Because so many times, I think, even in America, you see women that are just left. You know, it's them, they're single mothers, and you know, it's them, children, and they have to work a job and provide for children and get them to school and feed them and just so much. And you know, at least with this, you have the house or whatever else is passed down. Okay, so I can't be next to these snacks for too much longer. The sweets just don't last around me. So what is this one right here? I see sticky rice, and it's like a custardy, like green topping, but anything that's got sticky rice on it, I'm all for.
So it's sticky rice, right? It's sticky rice on the bottom, and on top it's like a pandan flavored custard. So we kind of cook the custard until it has, you know, it sets like this. Okay. And it's steamed. The whole thing is steamed until it sets. And you have it. This is called seri muka. Seri muka. Yeah.
I think I got one finally. But I'm talking.
Nailed it. You nailed it. Yeah.
Pandan sugar on top of sticky rice. I feel like this was made for me. Oh man. Oh man. You know, I had all those sweets before, but this is really what speaks to me. I mean, those other ones were good, but like I said, that one's for the kids. The other one's like unique to me. But you're right, this is just like a pandan flavored custard on top of the sticky rice.
It goes well with the coffee too.
What doesn't go well with coffee, right? Okay, and I want to touch on something. So you are Muslim, or you were Muslim?
I am Muslim.
Okay, and so what was that like, maybe being in the UK and then maybe coming back, and maybe tell us more about like your beliefs and where you're at, because I feel like from America there may be like one view of Muslims.
Sure. Growing up, you know, as a child, a very young child, you kind of have a naive, you know, perspective on things. You always think that it's just black and white. The hardest part, as I mentioned before, was coming to Malaysia and then trying to accept that, oh, I'm Malay and Muslim, and having to fit in and feeling like I had to fit in. One thing that really sets me apart from the majority is how I put myself, how I position myself in a majority, like a very majority conservative Muslim population here in this country. I want to set the kind of story straight, you know. It's not always the things that you hear about in the news, and you know, these kind of narratives that you're so used to hearing. And my job, I guess, as one of those moderate Muslims, and it's not just me, there's so many of us, except that it's sometimes really hard to hear from us, because you get, number one, you get drowned out by what you hear in the news, and two, because of our minority status in a majority conservative Muslim country, we get drowned out by those voices too. So it's like, either way you look at it, you know, we're kind of losing on both ends. This is my job, and also the jobs of many other moderate Muslims, not just in Malaysia but around the world, to kind of set the picture straight, set the tone straight, and tell people it's not like what you think it is. And I think it just takes a little bit extra effort to kind of take the time and learn and educate yourself by perhaps like doing something like this, sitting down with me, having coffee, and just talking about stuff, you know?
Right. Yeah. I mean, my travels, you know, like any Muslim family has been really the most open. I mean, they've been like, here, come stay with me. I'll cook for you. Like, come on, come. Let me give, and not ask for anything in return. And I think that's just like a huge like misconception, is especially due to media, is they're viewed as one way, when truly like the Muslim people are really beautiful people. They are very open and just want you to learn about them.
Yep, exactly. And I think it's the case for anything when you have two opposite sides so extreme. It's the people in the middle that really suffer the most and get drowned out the most. And once we stop bickering about who's right and who's wrong, and obsessing about trying to make the other one wrong all the time, or trying to make ourselves right all the time, then we get to hear this middle ground. We can see that there's a common ground for all of us, and it's nice to appreciate it. And I think that's the whole idea, I guess, behind this approach. It's not that I'm trying to advocate a certain lifestyle or a certain way of being Muslim or a certain way of practicing, but I'm just saying, you know, we're all human. We all have, at one point, we share same morals. We all have the same kind of good values in us. So why not celebrate that instead of focusing on the differences?
I think that's beautifully said. Like I said, I think that's part of my travels, is to learn about these other religious cultures, and to me it's opened my mind, and just the whole point of this is I want to share with the people who are following me and just help enlighten them as well, because you know, it's a beautiful journey, and you know, there's good and bad no matter where you are in life, but there needs to be word given out that, you know, there are so many beautiful Muslims out there. All right, Ween. I mean, we've gotten to talk. We're running out of snacks and coffee, so
Right.
no, that's when you know it's time to wrap it up. But I do have one more thing. I just want you to know that I'm gonna post this video, and just everything it makes, like I want to donate it to somewhere in Kuala Lumpur that's helping, you know,
Okay,
children,
cool. Yeah,
feed
that's
them,
great.
or
Yeah.
help them go to school or something. So everything this video makes, 100% of it will be put back into the Kuala Lumpur
That's
area.
great. That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so
no problem.
much. Yeah.
So just thank you so much for today.
Thank you.
I've learned
Yeah.
so much, and
It's been great
hopefully-
spending time with you as well. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully we got
Pleasure.
something everybody can see and share. Thank you for everything.
No problem. My
Awesome.
pleasure.